home to Bobby Bones in the morning and afternoons with Shane McClintock. 99 KG delivers the best of today's hot country with concerts, contests, and 40-minute music sweeps every hour. 99 KG is Central Kansas's home for new country.
97.5 FM KJCK is Central Kansas's station for all the hits. The most hit music every hour to get you through your day. Power Hits 97.5 is a highly rated top 40 station playing today's best music, serving Salina with the perfect blend of current hits. All the hits, all the time. Power Hits 97.5.
SalinaPost.com is Salina's #1 news source. Our local news team has their fingers on the pulse of the city, breaking important stories impacting our community. Salina Post is also your home for live streaming local sports. Your 24/7 local news leader, SalinaPost.com.
Eagle Radio Salina is more than just your favorite radio stations. We are your creative partner for the web. We can craft digital marketing plans unique to your needs. Our creative team creates amazing digital ads for the web. We also offer outstanding video production for your website, YouTube, Facebook, Hulu, and more. Let our Eagle team help you soar. Discover the power of today's radio and digital platforms.
KINA 910 AM and 107.5 FM is the #1 talk radio station in Salina, featuring Coffee Talk in the mornings with Sean Hannity and Mark Levin in the afternoons. KINA is your stadium for the world champion Kansas City Chiefs and the home of Southeast of Saline sports. Local news, sports, and talk. KINA 910 AM and 107.5 FM.
94.5 FM KG Prime is Salina's favorite classic pop hit station. Playing all the songs you love from the 80s and 90s, Prime is the at-work station you listen to all day long. Playing the greatest hits on earth. 94.5 Prime FM.
99 FM KSKG is the #1 station in Salina and Manhattan. Home to Bobby Bones in the morning and afternoons with Shane McClintock. 99 KG delivers the best of today's hot country with concerts, contests, and 40-minute music sweeps every hour. 99 KG is Central Kansas's home for new country.
97.5 FM KJCK is Central Kansas's station for all the hits. The most hit music every hour to get you through your day. Power Hits 97.5 is a highly rated top 40 station playing today's best music, serving Salina with the perfect blend of current hits. All the hits, all the time. Power Hits 97.5.
SalinaPost.com is Salina's #1 news source. Our local news team has their fingers on the pulse of the city, breaking important stories impacting our community. Salina Post is also your home for live streaming local sports. Your 24/7 local news leader, SalinaPost.com.
Eagle Radio Salina is more than just your favorite radio stations. We are your creative partner for the web. We can craft digital marketing plans unique to your needs. Our creative team creates amazing digital ads for the web. We also offer outstanding video production for your website, YouTube, Facebook, Hulu, and more. Let our Eagle team help you soar. Discover the power of today's radio and digital platforms.
Think about the word precision. Precision is being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electric in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Precision Electrical Contractors is looking for licensed journeyman electricians as well as apprentice electricians. Apply online at pecsalina.com. Think about the word precision. Precision is being exact.
AJ's in the alley. It's Tuesday, and that means we're here to talk Liberty football with the first ballot IFL Hall of Famer, Coach Ron O'Neill, and the current coach of the Salina Liberty. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good Tuesday so far. It looked like we were going to get some storms, and all of a sudden they called it the Salina split. It just went this way. And
I'm not mad about that at all. We were sitting there and at the office, and Sam was telling us, it looked like it's going to pass us and this and that, and he could be a meteorologist. I like that.
Add
it
that
worked out
to
good.
his list of things that we're going to start counting on him for.
Doctor, GM, coach, he could do it all.
Yeah, Dad. I see him with his boys all the time. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'll keep that in mind the next time I need somebody to read radar. It is Tuesday here at AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina. A lot of things going on. I was talking to the GM, Caleb, earlier. Man, they have done some really cool stuff around here lately at AJ's. Over on the Family Fun Center side of things, where you have laser tag, you have bowling, you have a bunch of games, you have a bunch of interactive things going on. He has come up with what is called $2 Tuesdays. You can get $2 bowling shoes, $2 bowling, $2 laser tag. There's a ton of things over there. He started rattling them off. I couldn't keep up, so I just said, I will direct people towards your way. Over at the Family Fun Center, there's a customer rep over there to help you out and tell you what $2 Tuesdays is all about here at AJ's in the Alley. Inside AJ's, the sports bar portion of it, we have buy one, get one free pizzas, anywhere from 6 inches up to 29 inches. Buy one, get one free. That's what's going on here on Tuesdays. Of course, the bar and everything always stocked and good to go as well. And we are here to talk Liberty football with Ron O'Neill. And, boy, a tough road trip out to Dodge City. We got a home game coming up. And we also have some fan questions for you.
Uh-oh, got something new here.
I did want to slip it in and let you know about it. These are going to be, we'll say, spontaneous.
I like that.
Moment of time, knee-jerk reaction. What do you have to say about fan questions?
Okay.
There's 3 of them that were picked out that were given to me, and whoever gets the question of the day will get a pair of tickets to the game coming up this Saturday at Tony's Pizza Event Center. The Washington Wolfpack coming to town. So the Wolfpack, so far, of course, we're partial to the Liberty helmet, but the Wolfpack may have the best helmet ever in football, right?
And I love it. I mean, I love their organization. Got a chance to meet them when our ownership group provided myself, Coach, Tracy, as well as Coach Sellers. We all went out there, as well as Sponder. We all went out there for the little thing that we did in Minneapolis, and I got a chance to meet some of their owners, got a chance to meet their coach, and they're a very upbeat type unit, very energetic type unit. So to see their logo and everything, it is dope. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I really, really enjoy it. I love the color scheme and everything that comes with it. So hopefully we can swap maybe some merchandise there, because I do like when you see something dope, you want to get at least a little piece of it. So it is very cool to see. The thing that I like about it is a new team that's never been to Salina. The Salina fans get a chance to see something that they've never seen before, a team from Washington coming here and playing us. So I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. I can't wait to have this game.
Yeah, should be a good one back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Of course, tickets online, Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com. You can also stop by during business hours. Select your seat there, avoid some of the charges, and get your tickets on where you want to sit Saturday. It's a traditional 6:35 kickoff at Tony's Pizza Event Center for the Washington Wolfpack and the Salina Liberty coming up this Saturday. Let's look back at the game Sunday. It's been a quick turnaround. Before we look at the game too much, this turnaround Sunday games, and Dodge City's really good at those Sunday games. They love the Sunday games out in Dodge City. it's a quick turnaround now. We usually, kind of have the day off Monday, so to speak, from broadcasting, but I know you guys are working your tails off coming here, and then we get a chance to talk about it from the coaches show. Just your general overall thoughts on the game Sunday in Dodge.
Well, like I said, you lose a football game, you learn something. I'm learning each week, especially offensively, what you can and what you can't do in this league. Looking at our coaching staff, like I told you before the game, understanding what they can bring to the table on game day. Didn't really go through a lot of it, so I take a lot of the losses on every time we lose. It's on me. It's not on anybody else, and I have big enough shoulders to handle that. I didn't prepare my coaching staff to help me in the manner in which I needed to be helped. I didn't do my job as a head coach to do the necessary things to win the football game. My players paid their butt off. We were down big, came all the way back to take the lead with a minute left to go in the game. The thing I love about it is they never gave up. They kept fighting, went through two different quarterbacks. We went through different schemes. Different players stepped up. So as a whole, I take it as a positive. It's not easy to win an arena football game or any football game, but even when you go into the road, it's even harder. So like I said, yes, we have some veteran players. Like I say, the Magnificent Seven, great. But you look at the average age of everybody else that's on this team, not very experienced at the indoor game. And we learned some things. They definitely had a great fans and atmosphere that way. It was good to see some of the fans that I know and sponsors that I know and the owners that I know when I've coached there. To see Big Frank, he had his Salina jersey on.
Saw that. Yeah.
He said he was going to do it, but I didn't believe it. He actually did do that. So it was good to see everybody, but all in all, it was a business trip that we didn't capitalize on, and we need to be better as coaches, players, as well as an organization. And I take full credit for not doing what I needed to do to get this team ready to go, and I put that on my back, and I'll fix it.
Let's talk about quarterbacks, because I think this was a story in this game. We saw 4 total quarterbacks. Dodge City, it looked like they came in with the approach of, we're going to play 2 guys, first and third, second and fourth. That's kind of how they split the 2 guys up. You, I don't think, was planning on playing 2 quarterbacks. Maybe you were, but it looked like Charles McCollum took a big shot there at the end of the half on that safety right before intermission. Talk about that and just kind of not only your offensive approach with 2 quarterbacks, but also defending. Although those guys from Dodge City, they might have looked the same. Boy, they were totally different when they were taking snaps.
Well, yeah. Well, defensively, still had the same defensive end, same nose guard, pretty much the same secondary, 1 or 2 new dudes in the secondary. So pretty much the same team. Coach Sheck is a friend of mine. He's their defensive coordinator, did a great job of doing what he needs to do there to put his team in position to win football games. But if we go back and we apples to apples, oranges to oranges, we had 5 stops defensively as well. We didn't play well enough offensively, so when you don't play well enough offensively, I went with Rio to play the second half, and he came in, and I thought he did a great job for us. Understanding the camp that he had a great camp. He also had a great attitude about anything and all that came with it. He's one of those type guys that understands people, he understands the game of football, and he understands how to lead, but he does it in a different way. To give him his opportunity, and I think he did pretty well for us. Yes, it was some things that we're going to clean up and make better, and, Charles is going to continue to get better, and we're going to clean some things up there, but it was good to see Rio get his opportunity, and what he did with it, I thought he did a pretty good job with it and put us in position to take a lead in the fourth quarter with a minute left. I don't think you can ask anything more of a quarterback to come in that didn't start a game to get us to that point, especially how we ended the end piece of the second quarter.
Let's continue on with offense. We talked quite a bit on KINA on the pregame show that day about Otis Odom and some things that he may be capable of doing and more responsibilities in the offense. Not just a return guy, but giving him some responsibilities in the offense. You guys had a receiver go down early in this game, so that meant Demarius Washington, Tracy Brooks, Otis Odom will get more time, and that rotation would be cut down. Boy, I thought Otis played great. He came up with some big plays at really great times.
The thing about Otis, and I said this in our team meeting, and if I'm lying, I'm dying. I said he's been a pleasure to coach for the simple reason he doesn't complain about anything. He doesn't complain about how many times he go in motion, how many times he's not in motion, how many targets he's gotten, how many catches he's gotten, how many yards he's got, how many touchdowns he's got. All he cares about is give me the opportunity, and I'm going to show you why you need to play me more. He's a man of very minimal words to the coaching staff, but I'm starting to see that he got a great rapport with the players. They love him. They call him Little O, Double O.
Yeah.
And that's why now I see why he wanted the number 7. So it's been a pleasure to coach him, because to see a guy come from where he come from, his parents are at every game, every single game. Nashville, Billings, here, which it doesn't matter. They're there.
Yeah.
To do what he's done, it's just, to me, is the tip of the iceberg. This was his breakout game. So you bring more responsibility to him now, because he's warranted of it. He never counted his reps. He made his reps count. And we always say that. I think I learned that from Coach Martinez. And he's a perfect example of what we're trying to do. Kick returner, explosive receiver, running back type guy that we recruited. Each time we put him in, he makes plays. No matter what position. He's played every single position at the receiver spot. He's been our returner, yes, but he's more than just a returner. He is a very skilled athlete. He's a very disciplined athlete. He's a very explosive athlete. So to have him choose Salina, you're in for a treat to come see him. And the fans love him because he stands, all of 5'6", 5'7", and that's probably what heels on or so. But
he's on the roster at 5'5".
Yeah, I don't want to do that to my guy. That's my guy right there. So, yeah, and 165, he swole, he about all that. So I get it, but he has a great rapport with the fans because the kids and everything, they love that. And to me, he reminds me a lot of Carson, of his explosive ability. So when we recruited him, we were thinking different things that Carson did that here in Salina, we don't care about how big you are or this and that. It's not about how tall you are, how much you weigh or anything like that. It's about that dog inside. And he got that dog inside. And he don't bark it, but he walk it. And that's more important to me than anything. And, meeting his mom, his dad, his family, his uncles and aunties, they come to every game. So you could kind of see when you have that family support the way he has that type of support, all you can do is be successful. And hard as he works, he asks questions. He wants to be the best to ever do anything. That's what it is. And he says it very quietly, but his actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, love it. Continue on with the offense. How do you feel like the guys up front played? How the line played?
I
in
love
this
it.
game?
I love our offensive line. We have arguably, it's probably 2 or 3 offensive lines that you can argue and say who's the best offensive line in the league. But we got some really good offensive linemen that understand their role, understand the technique in which we teach them. They implement it on a play-to-play basis. How they come together is the thing that I like. Offensive line is to me is like your team. Your bigs have to come together to be a successful team. If you don't have your bigs come together, you're probably not going to win.
Yeah.
And I get that, and I'm not saying it being partial, but the Denver Broncos back in the day, they had a policy, their offensive line, they didn't speak to the media. That's how tight they were. That's where I get this from, and that's when I started to pay more attention to the offensive linemen. And on the last night, yesterday, Larry Allen died. You're talking about offensive linemen. Arguably the best offensive lineman, at least guard, that I've ever seen ever play. I mean, a 700-pound bench presser, can run. I think he was like a 4'8" at 335 pounds.
It's ridiculous.
So when you have offensive linemen and they can do the different things that they could do, I'm not saying we have a Larry Allen, but what I'm saying is we do have good football players that play offensive line that deserve to get their looks to play at the next level. You got Big Bruce, who's played in the USFL on two different times. You got McCoy, who I think is, in the CIF, he was the best offensive lineman in the past 3-4 years. You have Tappa, who can do O-line and D-line, again, from hidden gems. That's where I got him from. That's the company I got him from. So to have guys like that can control the line of scrimmage, understand how to play the indoor game, take coaching, don't get sensitive when coaches coach you, and play with that fire and that dog that it takes to play at that offensive line. I think the sky's the limit for us to continue to get better.
If you have a policy ever that the offensive linemen aren't talking to the media, that's not going to work with Kelvin, right?
No, it wouldn't even work with Tappa. So, it would work with Big Bruce. Big Bruce don't say much. But those two, oh, no. We got to get those two on at some point.
Kelvin keeps trying to get in my chair. One of these days I'm going to let him do it.
He won't everybody job. He's one of those type guys right there. So you got to be careful about that cat there.
Man, that's awesome. How about your defense? What do you think on your side of the ball there on the defensive side? How do you think they play?
I love our defensive line. Kellogg leading the way with the pressure that he puts on a quarterback, and he could do it from the linebacker position, either defensive end position. He does it on special teams as well. One of our highest prospects that we have on this football team. And he's learning the indoor game, but somebody's going to take a chance on him and take a look, and they're going to be very, very happy at what they bring in. A guy that has a second job here. He's working. He's keeping his mind focused on his prize of what he came here to do, which is get as much exposure as he can, play at a very high clip to get himself an opportunity to play at the next level, and I think he's well on his way of doing that. We have 3-4 games left regular season-wise. I think the tip of the iceberg for him to continue to move on. Travis is a guy that led the CIF in I think he was second in tackles for loss, and he was first in sacks last year. Now he's back, pretty much healthy. He's been banged up here at the beginning of the season, but I think this was a breakout game for him to do what he did. He's a guy that he leads those guys, to make them understand the indoor game. He played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He understands that, hey, he may have only 1 or 2 opportunities to play at this next level, and he's going to give it his best opportunity to do that. He's a leader of them. He understands them, and he can play linebacker and DN as well. Another guy I want to talk about is Foster, though. Foster is a guy that can play any spot of the bigs up there. He can play linebacker. He can play anything you want him to play. And he knows the different drills that we need to work on to get ourselves better. He's a team ball player. He's all about winning, and when you have guys like that does nothing but help you. And then Tappa, when he's over that side right there, he's been starting the past couple games at nose guard, which he probably will do again for us. To bring him on that defensive side of the ball, Tappa has improved as far as the Magnificent Seven. He's improved more than any of them out of the Magnificent Seven, and I think it has a lot to do with attitude. I think it has a lot to do with experience as well. The first 2 years he kind of was getting his feet wet, understanding what's what. But to break out and show this other side of the ball that he brings to the table, which is the defensive side of the ball, was something that we thought he could do, but we never knew he could. So Tappa has become that leader, and he's gotten a lot of we call Kelvin Debo. So a lot of Debo in him where he don't take no mess, and anybody want that static, keep out all that action. So when you have a person like that, anchoring the middle, as well as he could play the edge, and he could play offensive line as well, fullback. He can play whatever you want him to play. Very athletic person, and when he's hitting people, he's hitting them with bad intentions. So I love the lines that we have with this football team.
You mentioned Travis Taylor. He took the week before took a game off. You mentioned he's a little dinged up. I think it was a combination of him being fresh, but also being back in Dodge City. I thought he played awesome. You had him at linebacker a couple times, then you moved him up to end. And, man, with Kellogg coming off one side and Taylor coming off the other, Travis Taylor's jersey was blown out here because it was just – you could tell he was being effective. I would say.
Very effective, and something happened to that jersey. Like he kept saying to the people on the field, I don't want to say names and things, but it's a reason why it was ripped.
They don't make them like that.
No, it doesn't come like that in the pack, So
right.
To have him play that type game, to me, it was the first game of the season that he played like the Travis Taylor we know. Been beat up, been missing some different things, going different ways with different things. I think he's back to his groove of understanding what we need out of him. And the thing that I love about him is, like you just said, he played linebacker. Mm-hmm. He also played defensive end. He can play whatever position you put him at. If we put him at DB, he can play DB too. One of our most versatile football players. He plays the fullback spot as well. So it's just good to see him back with that smile. And he's very quiet. He don't really say much. He don't like attention. He don't like interviews. You'll never get him on the interview.
Nope.
But to see that smile back that I hadn't seen for a while was good to see, and I'm just very excited for this being his come-out game. We continue to go with this and hopefully springboard into the second half of the season.
Most of the time when your jersey looks like that's because you keep getting by somebody.
And something would have to restrict you. But I'm not going to say anything past that, but something is some restriction
We'll
there.
talk about that more during break. I think we're on to something here. Coach Ron O'Neill Show, another segment here on Tuesday. We're getting ready for a home game on Saturday against the Wolfpack of Washington. It's brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics. They have extended their Get Ready for Summer sale from May into June and July. 20% off all skincare products and also sunscreen products. That's at Salina Medical Aesthetics, a proud supporter of Salina Liberty football. When we come back, there's some specific plays in this game we'll talk to Coach Ron O'Neill about. Also coming up on the program, we will talk to Henry Kellogg. He's in the house tonight. We'll get a player profile on him, and we also have the questions of the day for Coach O. That's all coming up. It's the Coach Ron O'Neill Show at AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina, right here on Salina Post.
When pests have become too much, it's time to call Hassman Termite and Pest Control. With staff having over 150 years of combined experience, we offer all services for structural pests: termites, ants, roaches, spiders, crickets, mice, and bed bugs. In our 60th year of our family serving yours, give us a call or visit us on the web at hassmantermite.com or see us on Facebook.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Duralast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
Spring cleaning time! A wonderful time of the year. Winter is over and hope springs eternal. You have the windows open. The birds are singing and you can't help but notice that smell. That awful smell. What is that? That is your septic system backing up into your home, making spring flowers smell, well, like a friendly reminder from Salina Septic Service. If you haven't had your septic system pumped out and cleaned in the last 3 years, you are asking for trouble. Salina Septic Service. You better call today.
Salina Medical Aesthetics wants to help you look and feel your best. Whether it's a simple aesthetic procedure like a hydrofacial, peel, injectable, filler, or a new skincare line, our professional team will customize a personalized plan just for you. Salina Medical Aesthetics is proud to feature Beautifil, a body sculpting procedure that will transform your body with gentle liposuction to slim one area while adding volume to another. Visit us online or call Salina Medical Aesthetics today to set up your free consultation.
Back at the Coach O Show as we talk Salina Liberty football here on a Tuesday, getting ready for a home game this Saturday. We're at AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina. I always invite you to come down and join us for the show. You can sit in on person. Sometimes there's some players here. Coaches are always here. Just kind of hang out. They do trivia on Tuesday nights over on the Family Fun Center side. If you got the kiddos and they don't want to sit in on the show, probably should have raised them better, but anyway, you can also give them some time over on the Family Fun Center side, $2 Tuesdays. Just kidding, of course. But Caleb's put some specials together over there on the Family Fun Center side. I don't know how you can turn it down. So even I see people showing up early, having their time over there, and then coming over here for the show.
Absolutely.
So all kinds of things to do here on a Tuesday. All right, let's dig into this game a little bit. You had a new kicker in a Liberty jersey for this game. Cody Mandel, he came from Alabama, played for the Crimson Tide, played for Nick Saban, won 2 national championships, one in 2012, one in 2013, was a punter. Kind of found his way into kicking, and you had the opening kickoff as you deferred the coin toss, and right out of the gate, he was able to send one the distance and get a point to start the game as your coverage team just really engulfed the return team for Dodge City. So right out of the gate, you're up 1-0, and that score stood for some time. Talk about Cody and his first game with the Liberty.
Well, it was a kind of up and down type thing right there, which is understandable. I think it's only his first or second indoor game. I think what he's learning is how to place the football, the ceilings and different things like that, learning how to deal with the obstacles that it takes to kick indoor. He has a very powerful leg. He could do a lot of different things, which I don't want to give anything away, but it's a great tease. We're going to be doing something different this weekend with our kickers. So I can't wait to unveil that. He has some special things that he can bring to the table. What you saw was just the basic stuff that it was his first weekend. We're just trying to get him acclimated to indoor football. But he's going to continue to get better. He's going to continue to be an asset to us kicking the football. He is a guy that has a very positive attitude. He comes, like you said, he's got a pedigree. He's, been in 2 or 3 different NFL camps, CFL camps, teaches kicking and things of that nature. So can't wait to unveil the different things that we're going to do with him as we go forward with him.
We don't talk about it a lot. We haven't talked about it a lot here. We talk about it on the broadcast, though, sometimes that this gap that the kickers have to work with has shrunk now from CIF to AFL. Instead of being 10 foot wide, it's now 9 foot wide. And it's a challenge. I mean, it is something that you just cannot take for granted. Also, the crossbar used to be 10 feet. It's up in the air now. So you go from a hole like this, now you're doing that. I don't know how the guys do it, but with the rebound nets and things like that, man, it is exciting for the fans.
Yes, and the key thing in which we'll continue to work is hitting that net. Anytime you hit that net on the kickoff, you have a chance to make a big play like he did the first play of the game. So that shows you he has the ability to do it. Now we got to get the consistency to follow. So we've been working our butt off. Coach Martinez, our special teams coach, worked super hard with him today, going through some different things and challenging him on some different things as well. So I can't wait to see what's unveiled come Saturday because I know Cody's working his butt off. He's a very diligent worker. He listens. He's very coachable. And Nick Saban's coached you, so I don't think I can be any harder on him than what Nick Saban can. So it's very good to have him a part of this, moving forward.
Your defense forces Southwest Kansas on their opening drive to a turnover on downs. You get the ball, and then something really kind of strange happened. This ball is always live. And there was a pass that Charles McCollum missed Demarius Washington on. The pass ended up going over Demarius into the end zone, but it was right in front of me, so I had a pretty good angle on it. That ball bounced off the top of the wall twice. And then they ended up with the defensive back who ended up getting a little bit of a return off of it, but that's how they stopped your first drive. And just, to me, for that ball to bounce off the wall like that, off the top of the wall like that, and still be alive, but also for the fans to get away from that and not disrupt it or think they got a free football or whatever was incredible to me.
Yeah, that's arena football.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's exciting, that you have to keep your head on the swivel if you are a fan, especially in those first 3 rows. For us, our party pit people got to be aware of that as well. Great football IQ of their fans to just leave the ball alone because it's a live football, get out of the way. They actually intercept that football, return it back, they score on that drive. Yeah. So a very big play for them. But that just shows you what arena football is really all about. Everything is pretty much live. You can't go to sleep. You got to pay attention. And I think it's a great lesson for our fans to emulate of how they fans handled it, got out of the way of it, gave their player a chance to make a play on it, and they did.
Dodge City ends up going down. They score a quarterback run. They end the first quarter leading 7-1, but you guys come back, pretty much have the same kind of scoring play. Charles McCollum gets into the end zone, make it 8-7 after Mandel's point after was good. Then you get another touchdown on a McCollum 5-yard touchdown run. You go up 15-7 after the point after. Southwest Kansas comes back. They get a touchdown. The 2-point conversion, though, missed as they tried to tie the game, and it was 15-13 Liberty. And then things started to crumble right before the half as Southwest Kansas comes in. They get a pick six. As you had the football at 15-13, they get a pick six and get a 2-point conversion. They go up 21-15, and then they get a safety right before the end of the half, and it's 15-23. So just a little flurry there of really about 4 minutes to end the half that things flipped on you and started going bad, but still down by a touchdown at halftime. What were your thoughts at the intermission?
Calm down, play football, make some minor adjustments, but it really comes down to just execution and not turn the football over. Those are the things that we talked about at halftime. We talked with our ball players of what they need to do to pull this football game out. And I think we did a pretty good job of coming out of halftime and playing that second half. But the thing we got to get better at is how we finish is how we need to start. Yeah. And we didn't do a good job of that. And again, like I say, when we lose, it's not on anybody. It's on me because I didn't do the job that I needed to do to get us the win. And when we do win, it's the players that make the plays to make us win. So a lot of things that I'm learning each week of different things of what we can and can't do. But I love the way our players played in the second half. We just got to get them to play like that for a whole game, not just a half.
Otis Odom got a 2-yard touchdown run, made it 21-23. Liberty down by 2. Then it was just kind of a back-and-forth battle after that. Southwest Kansas scored again, went up by 9, 30-21. You guys were able to answer, though, and now we're at the point in the game where it's late fourth quarter. You were able to answer. You were able to get a touchdown on a Jamario Benson 5-yard touchdown run. So it's 30-27, and you reach into your pocket and you go for 4. So you move the football back to the 10-yard line. I had some people texting me and things during the game as we were live on KINA, and first of all, they didn't know you could do that. We had some of those scoring things last year in the ECIF, but those are still available in the AFL. So you move the football back to the 10-yard line, you run a play, and Jamario Benson under distress, and he was able to do this a couple of different times, got flushed out a little bit. He was able to find Otis Odom on a crossing route. Otis caught the ball and then rolled into the end zone over the goal line. Made us one of his spectacular plays of this game, and then you're up 31-30 all of a sudden.
Yes, and I can't take any credit for any of that. Coach Martinez at the beginning of the drive said to me, have a 4-point play ready to go. So the whole drive, yes, I was calling the offensive plays to get us to where we need to get to, and you could kind of see we were in like a sugar huddle where we were kind of speeding it up some. But if he didn't say that to me, I get so locked in and zoned in. I don't pay attention to that type of stuff. But Coach has been with me for double-digit years, so him telling me that each play I'm thinking of, well, maybe we could do this, 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 maybe we could do this. I had 4 different plays in my head by the time we got to that point. We scored the touchdown, and I'm sitting back and I'm just remembering the different things of what I saw, this whole game, and remembering our prep and how we did our prep and came up with a play that it got us in the end zone. Otis made a big-time play, a big-time catch, and like you said, rolled into the end zone for that 4-point play. And I think it's the second time that that's ever happened in Arena football history. So to be a part of history of the Arena Football League is huge, but I really wouldn't take any credit for it because if Coach Martinez didn't tell me that and D-Trey didn't say the different things that he said leading up to that, we wouldn't even probably knew anything. We knew the rule, but to have it ready to go at the beginning of the drive I think we had like 4 plays or so to get the touchdown. Yeah. But to have those things going through each of our minds to come through different things was huge. And that's why he's my assistant head coach. And things like that is just it's not token, but it's customary of what he brings to the table, the value in which he brings to the table, and how valuable he is to me. Like, without him, it would be a very different scenario. I've coached without him before, yes, but now that I've gotten used to being with him and being around him and how he calms me down, and when I need to go crazy, he'll tell, hey, coach, man, you might need to go, kind of crazy, or he's a good read of people. He knows how to coach. He's coached at very high levels. He comes from an extensive background of playing football, playing baseball, and things of that nature. Punch, his pops taught him the game the correct way. His brother, all of these different things and stories I know about Coach Martinez has brought him to what he is to this day. His loving sister that takes care of him like mom and everything. So that is why he is who he is, and people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand Coach Martinez.
Yeah.
I call him the mayor.
Yeah.
Because he can run for a political position at any time because he can sell water to a well.
Yeah.
That's what he do.
Yeah.
And with me and him, we're down like 4 flat tires. And that's my guy. My mama love him. Dorothy O'Neill, big shout out to you. My biggest fan besides my wife, Nisha O'Neill. Nisha loves him. My brother loves him. So I'm so thankful that he continues to do this when he can say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. Mm-hmm. He has different options. He could do whatever he wants to do, and that's the way he positioned his whole career, his whole life. He could do whatever he want to do, but to him it's like a dream. He wakes up, and this is when you doing something you love, it's not work. And that's the thing that I learned from Coach Martinez. I learned that from playing in the NFL too. Deion Figures, Thorpe Award winner from University of Colorado, you should say that as well. So to have a coach of this magnitude that can impact me and make me better, when you think I'm already at the pinnacle, he pushes you to that next level to be even better person, an even better coach. I'm just thankful every second that he stays with the Salina Liberty, but more importantly with me. I'm so thankful that he does this for me.
He's like you. If he tried to leave town, we'd find him.
I would run him down and kidnap him like you ain't going nowhere.
Westbound I-70, man.
You know he going down 70, but I'm going to catch him before he could even get too far. I'm going to catch him. He's coming back with me.
Let's finish out this game. This all happened when you had the 4-point conversion after that touchdown. It all happened with the clock going down to the 60-second warning. So you kick off to Southwest Kansas, and the Storm has the ball with a minute left. They have a couple of timeouts, and they are going down to try to get at least a chance for their veteran kicker. And I will say this, he is one of the best indoor kickers I've seen. That's in Dylan Burkhardt.
Yes.
Went through the CIF. I think this is his 4th year probably in Dodge City with the Storm.
In that range, yes.
And he is just always just this guy. He's so stable, so reliable. They get down the field and they give him a chance. He's able to kick it from 40 yards out, a 26-yard field goal and put them back up by 2. So now you're down by 2 with about 16 seconds left, and you have the football. There was a play that benefited you, but really in the long run it didn't. And that was an offsides play against the Storm. Yeah, one of their defensive linemen jumped off sides. Mario goes in, he does the right thing. He shoots it down the field to D-Wash trying to get a touchdown because it's a free play, but that play took so much time off the clock.
Yep.
Talk about that play and just kind of the finish of this game.
Well, the finish of the game, I would say I got exactly what I wanted, which is one of the best receivers in football one-on-one with somebody, and I'm going to take that all day. I have the ultimate confidence in D-Wash to make the plays 10 out of 10 times. That's what I'm accustomed to, and I'm not going to change from that. We finished the game exactly the way we needed to finish the game, and in a manner of we should have won the game.
Yeah.
We didn't make the play at the end. That play did hurt, but it's football. So you're going to have some of them plays go against you. You're going to have some of those plays that's going to help you. But anytime you say, I got a one-on-one with D-Wash, I'm going to take it 10 out of 10 and 20 out of 20 on game day. So in the end, we lost a football game.
Yeah.
Didn't knock us out of anything. We still right where like Bill Parcells say, your record says exactly what you are. You can try to sugarcoat things, and I don't do all that. We lost the game to a better football team on that day. Kudos to them. But we don't worry about what you're doing midseason. I'm about rings. I've been, in my career, 19 years of doing this, but only 15 as a head coach. 7 out of those 15 I ended in a championship game. That's what we shoot for here with the Salina Liberty. Our ownership instilled that. That's the reason why I stay year after year. Got a great ownership group that understands and do what it takes, because they could easily took the other route of what other people were doing. They didn't. They stood by their word. They stood by who raised them and who they really are. And I'm just so thankful that I have the ownership group that have my back the way they do to put us in that position, because, like I said, we finished exactly the way we needed to. We just didn't make the last play. That's the way I looked at it.
3-2 now, coming home. You're going to play the Washington Wolfpack at home. It'll be nice to be at home. Tony's Pizza Event Center, 6:35 on Saturday. Again, tickets at Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com, or you can walk up during regular business hours and buy them directly from the box office. Now, squeeze some questions in here.
Uh-oh. Here we
These
go.
came through with the Salina Liberty on social media. Katie got them to us, and some good questions. There's some questions on here that there's a few that got filtered to me, but I saw the whole list. And I'm going to pick one here because this is something that we've already talked about, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer this with you, through you, however you want to say that. And this is from Tom on Instagram. He said, how do you deal with losing? And I've already been educated enough with you sitting here that we deal with losing by learning, correct?
Exactly. I don't lose, I learn. And my wife can contest to it. I'm not a very happy camper when we lose,
Yes.
and it's not just on that day. It kind of go again until we play again.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I don't know what my record is after a loss, but I don't usually lose 2, 3, 4 in a row. So I think I've only done that one or two times in my career of 19 years. So I'm a very sore loser for one, but I always learn something, and I put a feather in my hat to figure out some of the things that we did wrong. That's why I say the players just play the game. I put them in the positions. Sometimes I put them in the best positions. Sometimes I don't put them in the best positions. So it's on me. For us to win football games, I need to do a better job being a football coach. My staff need to do a better job, but I'm a person that learns from losses.
This next one's a good one because I know quite a bit about you. I know with your dad and things like that, but what really, this is coming in from Rick, also on Instagram. What started out, what made you want to become a coach?
Now that one is a very great question. When I was done with football, what I wanted to be was an NFL scout, and Jared Lane was my agent, and that's kind of that's the route I was really going. But he gave me an opportunity to say you could be the defensive coordinator as well as the recruiting coordinator for the Wyoming Cavalry. And it wasn't for much money. I was pretty much making the same amount of money. Basically $200 is all I was making per game. But I took that opportunity just to try something different, just to see if coaching is really my thing. My dad was my best coach. He taught me the most I've ever known about any sport, football, basketball, baseball. He taught me boxing. He even showed me how to golf. So that was my best coach, so I always wanted to emulate him and what he did for our youth in our neighborhood. He coached baseball for double-digit years, football double-digit years at the rec centers, the different communities. So it was kind of in my back burner, but to have the opportunity by Jared Lane was huge. And I found it and I loved it, and it's like I got addicted to it. It's the closest thing you can ever get to playing football, in my opinion.
That's what I was going to say. It's so addictive being a coach, and the success is okay, but the impact that you make on people, especially in a positive fashion, is – I think you and I are programmed a lot alike, and it's, man, just to have that is just things that you will never forget, and more importantly, you don't ever see the end impact with these young men. They will never, ever forget your impact.
And the thing about it is, the other reason is I felt that I was overlooked in my career. Yeah, I made it to the NFL, but I didn't have the best odds for me, because when you're an undrafted free agent, they don't give you too many chances to make a football team. It's almost like a walk-on when you go to college.
Yeah.
So it was for the people that have been overlooked. Like what I've promised myself, I'm looking for the roses that grow between the two concrete slabs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. and the 64 players that have moved up in my organization to play in the NFL, CFL, XFL, USFL, that is what I do it for, but I also do it to win. I ain't going to sit here and get it twisted.
Sure, yeah.
I'm here to win football games, and I'm here to play for it all. So that is why I coach.
You're going to love this next one.
Uh-oh.
It's a two-part question. And this comes from, who can we blame this on? It's Shane who put it on the
Shane.
Salina Liberty Facebook page. His last name's Boss, though, so we got to respect that.
I call him the biggest boss.
Yep.
He's from Billings.
Okay,
Yes.
so you know. So he might be setting you up on this.
And I already know how to answer this. I already know where he's going with this.
If you were to sing karaoke, what song would you choose?
The song name I can't say over these
Sure.
airwaves or anything like that, so I can't emulate it in any way. He knows what song I would do, but
I'm caught on an inside joke here, aren't I?
yeah, so I can't say it. Big Shane, that's a very good question. That's my guy right there. I've known him for many years. I mean, since he was like a shorty.
Yeah.
So now he's a grown man and everything. That's a very good question, but I can't answer it because it's a little bit – it's not G-rated. I'll say it that way.
It's not over. He says also, give us a sample of what that would sound like.
All I'll say, I'll give you the doom, 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 doom. That's the bass line. Everybody know music should know exactly what that is.
If not,
but
look it up.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, though, because it's not G-rated.
You might want to holler at Shane and tell him to stop
Shane
this.
set me up because I can't wait to get back to Billings. He's the biggest boss. I call him. That's the biggest boss of them all right there, Big Shane.
Last question. We were cruising along like normal. We're running a little bit out of time here. We are getting ready to get in that chair Henry Kellogg. We talked about him a little bit earlier with the defense. Just give me your quick thought on Henry.
He's one of our top 3 prospects on this football team. To get him has been a pleasure because when you get a ball player, all you really are getting is his film. You get a little background, his agents and different people you talk to kind of get a little bit, and you get the chance to talk to him, but he's very to himself. He doesn't really say much, but he's very direct. He reminds me a lot of myself as a youngster. He a man of very few words, but he about that life. And on anything you want to do, he about all of that. And what he's done so far is set the table that all he has to do now is collect the tip. I'll say it that way.
Love it.
If he goes and finishes it with the sacks, the tackles for loss, and continue to make impact plays, he's a player that can play at the next level. NFL, CFL, UFL, he's that talented type guy. And I think playing here on the stage that he played on did nothing but enhance him through my contacts, his agent contacts. I think it's only put him in a better position to further his career. Today's his birthday. He's only 25 years old, so all the scouts out there that know me, he's one of those guys that deserves his opportunity. He works his butt off. He comes to practice every day with a plan, like Coach Martinez say, come with a plan. He doesn't complain about anything. He's just about team. So if you want a football player that's going to impact your football team on every aspect, he's the player that you come after.
Love it. Thank you for your time. 3-2, Salina Liberty at home. It is First Responders Night coming up on Saturday, another special night at Tony's Pizza Event Center. And get your tickets online, Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com, or at the box office during regular business hours. Good luck Saturday against the Wolfpack. Get one of them helmets, would you? I mean, you need one of those in your office.
Or a T-shirt.
Yeah,
Somebody
something.
from up there give me a little love. I mean, I know JJ, my guy up there, he does the radio for them. I don't know if he's coming to this game, so it would be great if bring me a T-shirt. We friends and everything. I've known him for a very long time. So somebody in that organization, I would love to get a T-shirt, especially with that logo. That logo's dope. So I give you kudos for that. I definitely would want to get one of those.
Take care of your guy Shane and Billings, too. When we come back, we will have Henry Kellogg. Coming up, it's our Precision Electric Player Profiles. We will go on the Coach O Show at AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina. Back with more after this.
It takes hard work, passion, and drive. It takes retraining your mind and your body. you do, you can't be stopped. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, here to get you back in the game.
Kansas Wesleyan is proud to be Salina's hometown university. KWU has become the place to be, with enrollment up more than 30% over the past 5 years. Salina supports KWU in many ways, including countless work experience and internship opportunities. We're proud to give back by supporting more than 40 great organizations throughout the region. We can't wait to see what's next for KWU and Salina as we work together to better our community.
Salina Medical Aesthetics wants to help you look and feel your best. Whether it's a simple aesthetic procedure like a hydrofacial, peel, injectable, filler, or a new skincare line, our professional team will customize a personalized plan just for you. Salina Medical Aesthetics is proud to feature Beautifil, a body sculpting procedure that will transform your body with gentle liposuction to slim one area while adding volume to another. Visit us online or call Salina Medical Aesthetics today to set up your free consultation.
When pests have become too much, it's time to call Hassman Termite and Pest Control. With staff having over 150 years of combined experience, we offer all services for structural pests: termites, ants, roaches, spiders, crickets, mice, and bed bugs. In our 60th year of our family serving yours, give us a call or visit us on the web at hassmantermite.com or see us on Facebook.
Welcome back here. We're at AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina. My name is Devin Haney here with Henry Kellogg, one of the main cogs of the Salina Liberty defense. Coach Ron O'Neill had some really great things to say about you. We're going to get to know you a little bit here. First of all, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Birthdays are always fun. Henry's got some tickets here. If somebody's watching live, they want to come down, we'll find some people here also in-house. Got about 10 tickets. If you can't make it down, comment on the Coach O show post on Salina Liberty Facebook that you want a pair of tickets. We'll hook you up for this game this Saturday. It is First Responders Night as we salute first responders, the Salina Liberty and Henry getting ready to take on the Washington Wolfpack. Now, let's talk about you for a little bit. It is your birthday, so we got that scoop on you. But it looked like you grew up in the Chicago area. South Elgin is what you're listed on the Liberty roster, just a little bit west of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Talk about growing up in Illinois, and you also went to college in Illinois after high school. How did that all kind of go for you? First, tell me about high school and what you were involved in.
So I went to St. Charles North High School, graduated in 2017. First sport was originally basketball, right? I played basketball. Both parents played basketball, so I kind of just, like, that was my first sport growing up, you know. They put a ball in my hands at an early age, and I kind of just fell in love with the game. And then once I, started putting that helmet and shoulder pads on, I fell in love with that, because the thing about basketball is it's a contact sport, but it's not as much contact as football. And once I put on that shoulder pad and helmet, and I grew love to the physicality of the game. Yeah. I've always been a physical player, and I just like to compete. And once I started playing football, I just fell in love with the game. You know what I mean? So I'm from Illinois. Went to College of DuPage after I went to St. Charles North High School. Went there for 2 years. Played at College of DuPage. Got my associate's degree there. And then I got an opportunity to play in the Fan Control Football League in 2022. And I took that opportunity, and I went with it. Played with Terrell Owens, Johnny Manziel, a lot of guys that played at the league that I'm trying to get to and hire. Played there. Then I went to play in the IFL, played for the Tucson Sugar Skulls in 2023. Then I played for Rapid City Marshals in 2023, and then I finished my season with the Tulsa Oilers in 2023. And then with the film that I had from all three of those teams, I used it to get to the AFL, and now I'm in Salina.
So what made you – I always love this question because everybody has a different story and kind of a different way of how they come here. What made you come to Salina? Was it the coaching? Was it the recruiting? Was it a combination of both? Tell me how you got to Salina.
Okay, well, my agent, name is Romero. Him and Coach O'Neill, they have a good relationship. Okay. And at the time, during the summer, I was still unsigned, looking for a program to go to and to, showcase my abilities. And he told me to – my agent told me to send him, my tape, and he's going to get it to O'Neill. so I did that, and then I got a call from Coach O'Neal a couple days later with a contract, and me and Coach O'Neal talked. Real cool guy, kind of from the same area as well, and we just kind of talked and got to know each other a little bit. And he just told me about Salina and just football, and how they just came off a championship in 2022. And from the moment we had a conversation, I was just excited because he seemed like a genuine person, and he seemed like he had his best interest at heart for me, to come down to Salina and help win another championship. So that's kind of how I got to Salina, me personally.
Yeah. He had some great things to say about you. He called you maybe one of the top 3 prospects on this team to move up to the next level. What we know about Coach O is he is good at getting guys to that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Where do you think you are right now? And then kind of piggyback on that, where do you think this defense is at right now?
Me personally, I still think I have a little bit to develop. I know my flaws, I know my weaknesses, but day in and day out, I'm trying to turn each weakness into a strength. So I know the things that I need to work on, and I'm just trying to get better day by day. So when that time does come for me to elevate and get to the next level, I'll be ready. The defense, I think this defense is very good. We've got a combination of speed, size, strength, and agility from all 3 positions on the field, starting from the D-line to the linebackers to the DBs. And I feel like once we all just come together and click as a program, I don't think anybody can stop us. That's just me personally. Yeah. Like, I've seen us play top-level, top-end football. And, for example, like in the when we played the Nashville Cats, we were on their necks. You know what I mean? We were going crazy. The defensive line was doing their job. Everybody was doing their 1/8. And I feel like if everybody does their 1/8, who can stop you if every single person on the team, on the field at that moment is doing their job? I feel like it'll be unstoppable. And that's what I think of this defense. Yeah,
well said. And I get that feeling, too. There's times in games. I know the last home game that we have here, you took over for a good portion of the time. It was quarterbacks could not get away from you. It just you were kind of doing the thing with the other guys up front. You guys were getting immense pressure. If you're not playing defensive end or you're not playing linebacker, where else are you at on the field? Where do you want to play?
Well, it's crazy that you say that because when I came to Salina, I was recruited. He knew I played DN in previous leagues, but I was recruited to be a fullback linebacker. So at the start of camp, I was playing fullback, linebacker, and I was in the groove of that, and I liked it. And then I got a chance to play defensive end one day in practice, and he saw what I could do and how I could showcase my abilities. And ever since that day, I kind of just stayed at that defensive end spot. But me personally, I believe that I can play defensive end. I believe that I can play fullback and block. And I also believe that I can play linebacker. So I feel like I can play all 3 positions. And I feel like I bring versatility to any team that would maybe want me because I can do multiple things. And that's what really brings value to a program. If you got a guy that can do multiple things, why not have him on the team?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think you know as well as I do, that's kind of what Martinez and Coach O go after. They go after the multifaceted guys that are talented in different spots. Coach O told me that you have a job here in town, too, and what do you do in your extra time other than work, and where do you work at? And just tell me kind of some of the personal things about you that makes you tick off the football field.
Yeah, so I just got a job doing security. It's called First Choice Security.
Okay.
So we do security for events, gigs, marriages, concerts. Just the other day, we were doing security at the carnival at Central Mall, I believe. And just doing a little bit of patrolling, and then
security for the games.
Yeah, security for the games as well. And then Riverfest is coming up, Salina Riverfest, so I'll be working there, working at K-State, helping out with anything that I can, to be honest, because like I said here, I'm just trying to play football, and with whatever free time that I have, just trying to make money and just, do my thing, so that's a little bit about me.
That's awesome, man. So Coach O, he claims he's from Billings now, right? But we know he's a Chicago guy. Yeah. So he'll hop up on this chair and tell you everything you want to know about the Chicago Bears. Right. Are you a Bears guy, or are you somewhere else here?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really a Bears fan. Honestly, I'm more of a Cowboys guy. I've always been a Cowboys fan. Dad was a Cowboys fan, so I kind of grew up being a Cowboys fan. But personally, no bias, I've always just been a man of the game. I just like the game of football. I like to watch good games. I've never been a guy that likes watching teams getting blown out. I always like to watch a competitive game, and I like to see people go neck and neck and, just go at it. Who wants to watch a team getting blown out 42-0? I don't see any fun in that. You know what I'm saying?
So it sounds like you're kind of like me with the NBA. You're a follower of players and not necessarily teams. Yeah. Who are some of your favorite players that you like to watch?
NFL or NBA?
Yeah, NFL.
So I like to follow guys that mimic my position: Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, guys of that nature.
Yeah.
And that's where I try to take some of my moves from. Those are the type of guys that I watch. Before every game, I typically put on 10 to 15 minutes of Khalil Mack, Myles Garrett, elite edge rushers, and I just watch how they move, the fluidity in their game, how they get off the ball, their get off, their techniques, their striking, and I try to take some of what they do and add it to my arsenal so I can become elite and just better myself day in and day out. You know what I mean?
So let's go NBA. You paying attention to the playoffs? Do you care about Dallas and Boston right now? You rooting for one or the other?
Man, like I said, I'm a guy of the game. I just want to see a good series, but I got my money on Dallas.
Yeah.
I like Dallas. I think they're good contenders. I think Boston's a great team as well. They got some athletes too, but if I were to bet, I'm putting my money on Dallas for sure.
Yeah. You get involved in Madden at all? Are you in the gaming community there? I know some of the guys take that real serious.
Big Madden guy. Love Madden. Madden, 2K. We were actually just playing a little bit before I got here.
Okay.
So big Madden guy. I've always been a video game guy. You know, I try to do that in my free times when I got the chance. So typically my schedule is, you know, football, working out, recovery, and then anything after that, you know, work, you know, video games and all that type of stuff. That's what I typically like to do. You know what I mean?
Sounds awesome, man. Well, I love watching you play. We talk about you quite a bit on the broadcast and on the video stream. And, man, it's just you and especially when Travis Taylor's on that other end and you guys are both going. You guys had that kind of going in Dodge City on Sunday. You guys are so much fun to watch. Yeah. Where do you see this team ending up? I know the ultimate goal is always a championship. Do you kind of see that for this team? You've been on some other pretty good teams. You've been through the IFL. You've been with Tucson, as you said. You've been with Tulsa. How does this team stack up?
I think it stacks up wherever we want it to stack up. And I personally believe that we're going to be in the championship. I personally believe that we have the caliber of players to be in the championship. It's just about locking in and getting everybody on the same page. You know, sometimes I feel like there are certain players or certain things that happen and people kind of lose focus. But I feel like once we get it together completely as a team, offensively, defensively, special teams-wise, like I said earlier, I don't think anybody can stop us. I think we have one of the best offensive lines in the AFL from experience, college, professional level. I think we have one of the best defensive lines. I think we have a caliber of defensive backs that can cover the field and make plays on the ball. I think we have linebackers that can pursue, fill gaps, stop the run, and I think we have a defensive line that can, you know, get in the backfield. Me, Justin Foster, Travis Taylor, you know, Tappa, all those guys. And offense, can't even talk about the offense. I think the offense is great. But like I said, once we all get it together and we come together as a team, I don't think there is anybody in the AFL that can stop us.
Love it. You can watch them play coming up this Saturday at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Salina will take on the Washington Wolfpack. It is First Responders Night. And again, if you weren't able to make it down to the show tonight, just leave a comment on the Salina Liberty Facebook page. Henry has 10 tickets there. A couple of them might have your name on them, so leave a comment on the Facebook page or on Instagram for the Salina Liberty. Henry, good to meet you. I'm sure we'll be talking more coming up. Man, best of luck on Saturday. Get that win, and more importantly, happy birthday. Make Dan or somebody buy you some dinner tonight.
I will.
It's your
I'm going to
birthday.
give him a shout.
Henry Kellogg, defensive end and multifaceted guy for the Salina Liberty. That'll close it out for the show. We'll do it again next Tuesday, but make sure you get out to Tony's Pizza Event Center this Saturday. See the Salina Liberty take on the Washington Wolfpack, 6:35 start. Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com. For Brian Dennett on the camera, my name is Devin Haney. Got Henry Kellogg here with me. We will see you Saturday at Tony's Pizza Event Center.